action figure enthusiasts out there. JC here with another TNINews video. So I'm filming this. This is just a quick recap video of things that stood out to me from preview night, the first night here at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm not going to talk about everything that was shown, but just the things that kind of stood out to me. I got to talk to a few different people from various toy companies, so I just wanted to share some of that tidbits and stuff. Now overall, you know, it wasn't a whole lot of reveals, especially from like Hasbro. They really didn't have anything new out for Marvel Legends this year for preview night. They will have some stuff out later today at their media event, which is going to take place this morning, and we'll have coverage up as that happens. But last night for preview night, they really just had a few teases. So in the booth, they put out what was called Easter eggs, and basically it was 3 different accessories that we'd never seen before for various figures. So with the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure from the X-Men wave, they were showing it with a different arm or hand attachment, a clamp-like deal. And then for the Killmonger Black Panther movie figure, they were showing the mask that you see Killmonger wear in the movie, the Wakandian mask that he wears. And then for the third one was a squirrel pool accessory. So again, they were calling these Easter eggs, and the best thing I can think of is this is a hint that they're going to be doing an accessory pack for Marvel Legends. That's just my guess. They didn't give us any indication what these Easter eggs were for exactly, but I'm just thinking, you know, these are essentially just figure accessories for figures that have already been released. You know, it's hard to think they're going to redo these figures again right now with just these minor different accessories. So again, just a guess, but thinking that's what they're going to be doing. We'll probably find out maybe later today. If not today, then on Saturday when they do the Marvel Legend panel. Now, other things, in the diorama scene, they had a big giant Hydra tank, which looked really cool. I don't think this is something they're going to be releasing to sell. They were, you know, a lot of times they do these elaborate dioramas in their booth, and I think that's what this is for. Now, they were asking people, you know, how much would you pay for this? You know, is this something you'd be interested? So I could see, you know, if there was enough demand, maybe them doing it for the HasLab. You know, we saw the Jabba sail barge this year for Star Wars, and so possibility of something like that could be done. I don't know. Me personally, I thought it was kind of cool, but if we're talking about something that's going to cost like $500, and that was kind of the amount that was being thrown around, I'd probably rather see them do something else than this MCU Hydra tank. Nevertheless, very cool thing, had moving treads and everything. I talked about this in the video I threw up last night. Sorry if the audio wasn't that great on that video, but that tank that I showed in that video is what I'm referencing to. Now on Star Wars, not a whole lot that we hadn't seen before. Some 6-inch figures, the yak face for the 3 3/4-inch figure we were seeing in hand from the vintage collection, but really just not a whole lot new that we hadn't seen before. Now switching over to Mattel had some new Multiverse figures out for the Aquaman movie. They had a big elaborate diorama scene set up, and they were showing off the figures for that. It's a whole wave of Aquaman figures for the new movie, and then they also just had figures that we'd seen like at Toy Fair for with the Lex Luthor Collect and Connect figure, the Rebirth. I think it was Rebirth Lex Luthor figure and such. So not a whole lot new there other than the Aquaman figures, but I do expect we'll see some more stuff as the weekend goes. Don't think they really had anything new out for like Jurassic Park or WWE. Probably we will be seeing some new WWE figures later today probably, but I don't think they're going to necessarily have a whole lot new out for Jurassic Park. Diamond Select Toys, they actually had some cool things. So first of all, for Marvel Select, they had a new Rogue figure for the comics, and Jim Lee Rogue basically to go along with the Beast that they showed at Toy Fair. And then also they finally had their Avengers Infinity War figures, the Thor with the Groot and the Iron Spider, which does have the arms and everything and look pretty nice. So those were definitely kind of cool. Oh, and Captain America which actually has a Steve Rogers head that looks like Captain America with the beard and everything. So those were all pretty cool. And then they also had, finally, and I know a lot of you probably don't care that much, but for their Star Trek line, they're finally doing the Enterprise C, a vehicle. It's been something I've been personally waiting for them to do. Really for since ever, because it's the final Enterprise vehicle that has really never been done in this scale for a toy. So they also had some Star Trek figures, some J.J. Abrams Star Trek figures that they debuted, Kirk and Spock and such, and a Borg figure, a new Borg figure. So those all look really cool as well. Storm Collectibles, they had some really nice figures for their Mortal Kombat line out. Those really impressed me. Also, their DC Injustice 2 figures. We'd seen prototypes for the Lobo figure and Darkseid at Toy Fair back in February, but now we're seeing more finished looking product for these, and these definitely look incredible. I can't wait to get my hands on those. NECA Toys had some new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures out. Still don't have any, they couldn't give me any details on how these are going to be released. They made some indications that they got actually several more figures for the Turtles line that they're going to be doing. But the Gator figure, man, that looked really good. That was actually new. We hadn't seen that before. The others we had seen before, I believe New York Comic Con, I want to say, or maybe it was San Diego last year, I forget, but we'd seen the other ones before. And then a new 18-inch foot soldier from the movie, the original movie, we were seeing for the first time here as well. Gremlins, some new Terminator figures based on Kenner. Those look really good. Plus they're doing the kid figure, John Connor from Terminator 2. So that's really nice. I know a lot of people have been asking for that one, so that one was cool. Predator, a new Predator figure they revealed, which looked really good, a prototype, unpainted prototype. So pretty exciting stuff from them as well. Mezco had their 112 collective figures out. Not really anything new we hadn't seen before. Hiya Toys had their DC Injustice figures. These are the smaller scale figures, the 3 3/4 inch / 4 inch figures. They had teased these at Toy Fair and stuff, but we're getting looks at those. So if you're a smaller scale collector, then you might be interested in those. Mondo had some really cool Masters of the Universe figures. We'd seen the Skeletor and He-Man before. These are a 12-inch, I believe, and they showed Merman for the first time. I know Super7's got a Snake Mountain playset. I have not been, they have this off-site at their Hordak thing. I have not gotten over there yet, so I've not gotten to see it for myself, but I was told that they are going forward with plans to do a Snake Mountain play set. And then finally, DC Collectibles. So I talked to Jim Fletcher about a couple things. So right now with their Justice League animated line, they're still saying that they're only doing these for the DC streaming service. And looks like what we're seeing here with the figures is what we're getting, no additional accessories or anything. So I was a little disappointed about that, but I'm still not convinced that they're not going to eventually do these some other way besides the streaming service. But right now they're sticking to the guns to that and saying that if you want these figures, you're going to have to go through the streaming service. They still aren't releasing details exactly on price and exactly how that's all going to work, how you have to join the streaming service and then you can buy them or what have you. So not a whole lot of details are being released on those yet, but like I said, right now streaming service is the only way to go. They had some new Batman the Animated Series figures, including a Batman and Bat Cycle. That looked really cool. The Bat Cycle is removable from the base. It's kind of like the Batgirl one they did for Icons. It's got a new Batman figure that's been newly sculpted with new articulation so he can actually sit on the bike. Also, he's got a really cool cape that has wires in it so you can pose it so it looks like it's blowing in the wind while he's riding it. It's got multiple heads and everything. So those are cool. Plus they revealed some other Batman the Animated Series figures, single pack Scarecrow and such. So those were really cool. And then they also revealed some new DC Essential figures like the Joker and Harley. Now, you might have noticed this Brainiac, this big giant Brainiac head that they had on display. Unfortunately, that's just for display purposes. It's not something that they're planning on doing and releasing, unless maybe they saw just tons and tons of demand for it. You know, people saying they would be willing to buy it and such. But as it is right now, that is not something they're planning on releasing. I talked to them about the DC TV line. They continue to tell me that that line is not finished, but they don't have immediate plans for anything right now. But you know, the figures have been pretty strong sellers for them, and so we could definitely see some more stuff from for that line down the road. Also, for those of you worried about the DC Essentials line being canceled, like, you know, early on, kind of like with DC Icons, they assure me that the line is selling well right out the gate, and they are already planning quite a few other figures to be in the works for that line. And obviously they can't comment and say, you know, indefinitely that this line's going to last such and such time, but they are telling me that there would be no reason, immediate reason for why they would cancel it. And again, they say sales are going well for the line. So you know, like I said, I'm inclined to believe them, and I think this line definitely has a strong future. Okay, so that's it. Like I said, these are just the things that kind of stuck out to me. Definitely other things that were revealed. Hopefully you've been checking out the coverage on the various websites. This morning we'll be kicking off with coverage from the special Hasbro event, which takes place starting around 8 a.m. Pacific time. So that's going to be around 11 a.m. Eastern time for those of you on the East Coast. And the event starts at 8, and you'll probably start seeing coverage go up within about a half hour of that point. So hopefully you'll check into that. And then we've got exciting coverage for things like Transformers, WWE and such. Those are the big panels today. So again, hopefully you'll be checking out the sites for that. And I'll try and get some more updates as the day and the week goes along here on YouTube as well. So until next time, guys, you know, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of everything that you've been seeing. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.